Welcome back, my little lambs. It's time for another episode of NT Sheep's Digital Wonderlands. Welcome back, my little lambs, for more Bionic Commando action. We are still trying to figure out how to get through this floating minefield. We've got it deactivated, but in the last video, we seem to have reached a dead end. No matter how hard we tried to swing and attach to the next mine, it just looked like it was too far away. So we're going to sit there and try some other paths and see if we can get through. Okay, so now we've got another moment of what I consider very poor game design. The waypoint marker is right down here in this water that looks like it's deep enough to where if you try and get in it, you're going to drown. So you're naturally probably going to think you need to turn around and go the other way like I did. But no, this is where you're supposed to be, and you'll see in about a minute. So I thought that maybe I was high enough that if I could get a good swing and fly far enough forward, I might be able to grab onto this building, and maybe this is the way we were supposed to go. But no, I missed and drowned, and then suddenly respawned back at the waypoint marker, because apparently you can be on the roofs of those vehicles that were in the water. To grab a hold of the floating mine, we're going to have to run and jump off this bus and get things timed perfectly, because if we miss, we're going to fall into the water and drown.
The final drill components are arriving as we speak.
Very well.
And you?
Everything's on schedule. You just concern yourself with the drill.
From the wreckage of the FSA recon team, sirs, the pilot was the only one who survived.
Name, rank, serial number, soldier.
Captain David Mitchell, RBC 1988. You get no further from me.
anything from you.
Groder.
Don't move! Spencer? It's you. I heard those scumbags in the government executed you. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question, Mag, but I'm afraid I already know the answer.
You don't know anything about me.
I sure as hell don't know who taught you to pull a gun on a ranking officer!
It's been a long time since I served under you and your superiors.
Instead, you work for terrorists, and I work for myself.
That says differently. They may have given you your arm back, but the government treated the rest of us like machines. They tried to dismantle us like we were faulty merchandise. We are human beings, damn it!
And the people in this city, what were they?
We have a right to fight back. Taking away my legs would have been taking away my life.
So you trade millions of lives for your own?
How many people would have ended up in wheelchairs because some government fearmonger is afraid of a new technology?
You deserve a chair, Mag! But the one I'm thinking of doesn't have wheels. You're no freedom fighter. You're just like me, a killer.
Then why haven't I shot you yet? Sniper! This isn't over.
It never is.
So we've got another mildly confusing waypoint here. It looks like we're supposed to get into this big hole. Do we swing off of this tower that we're standing next to and let ourselves fall in? Do we try and climb down the sides? The game doesn't exactly give you any really good clues, so if you try climbing down the side like I do, again you start to run into some of these BS radiation warnings that would make you panic and think, okay, you're going the wrong way, I gotta go back before I die. But no, you're going the right way. The game is just very confusing at times.
Come in. I have video data ready for transmission.
Good, but there's far too much data to transmit on this connection. You're close to the FSA Monument building. The rooftop is the place you're most likely to get a clear signal.
So now we're in a giant underground cave, which should make for some fun swinging and grappling with our bionic arm. Despite my complaints, I am having fun playing this game. I just think that there's certain areas where the gameplay design could have been done a little bit better, or maybe they could have tried to give you a little bit better of a clue as to what you're supposed to do. New players might get put off by some of these cheap deaths and decide to give up on what could be a very fun game for them. So you suddenly find a giant mysterious door in an underground cave. Logic says probably a good idea just to go ahead and keep walking past it, especially since it's all red colored. That's usually a sign that they're either sealed or they're dangerous and you don't want to go near them. But we're going to go ahead and investigate it real quick, and then we'll continue on our way. Here's another one of those midair floating collectibles that seems like maybe you can get to it, but really it's kind of BS again. We make several attempts to get to it and can't, so we just have to go ahead and give up. I'm starting to get convinced that there is definitely something that we're going to acquire later in the game that's going to make it easier when you go back and replay levels to get some of these items. Obviously, we've got to come back here later on because we were told we need to get some sort of special clearance for that door. So we're going to be back here eventually, I think.
Damn it, Joe. If you were gonna babysit me, you could have let me know about it.
What the hell are you talking about?
A sniper. A damn good one. Who else do you have in the field?
A sniper? Just a relic of a past life, Spencer. Put it out of your mind. You're almost there.
Okay, so now we're going to reach the part in the game where we remember how to grab things with our arm and lift them into the air to throw them. So we'll be going through a quick rehash of that like we learned in the tutorial. And that's also going to go ahead and bring us to the end of this video, because this is going to be the perfect spot to go ahead and stop and keep it short and sweet. So thank you so much for watching, my little lambs, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.
Old habits die hard.